Hey,
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing really good. Is this Jeff or Kenny?
You are talking to Kenny.
Hey, so nice to meet you. How you doing?
I'm doing real good, and I want to thank you for being on the show this evening on behalf of Music Spotlight Month. Again, thank you for being on the show.
I am so delighted you guys wanted to have me. I'm stoked to be chilling.
That's what we like to hear. I did play your songs, including "We Are Infinite" remix.
Th-
I
Thank you
def
so much.
I enjoyed the record, and I want to start off by talking about that particular record because
Oh
I
yeah.
I read on your Twitter feed that you posted a picture, and the song "We Are Infinite" has actually ranked 25 on the Billboard Dance charts.
Yeah,
Uh,
I can't even believe it. It's my first single off of this record, and I'm absolutely blown away. Thank you for noticing.
Yeah, I mean that's a big deal. I mean, you Billboard. If you are on Billboard, you definitely are a big deal. So
You know, we got to work with Dave Aude, who's an incredible producer and remixer, and I mean, it was just such an honor. He's done mixes for, or remixes for like One Direction, Britney Spears, Selena Gomez. I mean, like the list goes on. So I like had a little girl freak out when I heard from my producer, yeah, he's gonna do a remix of the song. I was like, no, freaking way. So it's just been fun to watch it keep climbing.
that's awesome, and congrats on that. And I truly believe that this is something, the beginning of something very special. And um, do you plan, or better yet, does the band plan to shoot a music video for that record?
Yeah, actually, we already shot a video for the album version of We Are Infinite, and it's funny because I think this happens a lot more than people necessarily say, but we're still tweaking the single and getting it ready for radio, like the album version. So we shot some of the video, and now we're waiting to finish the track again, to finish shooting the video. I feel like it's like anything, any big project, everybody's kind of scrambling and adding things and taking away things and fixing until the last minute, you know?
It happens, I guess. It happens. It's like it's a roller coaster. It's the best way to describe it. But again, I'm happy about the band's success in this record, and I guess what your fans want to know is when does this record will be coming out?
Kenny, I wish I could say I actually don't know. It's funny. I think, again, I think like anybody, you, how to explain it? You get a record deal and you think like, sick, this is going to be it. And then all of a sudden you start meeting people that you're working with, and everyone's been so amazing with the management and with the label. But I feel like they have all the answers, and I'm not sure yet. So as soon as it's going to come out, as soon as I have a date, I would love to tweet and let your fans know.
That's understandable, and for the time being, everyone can go check out the record. We Are Infinite. That is available on iTunes, and it's also
Mhm.
available on Amazon as well. And be on the
Yeah.
lookout for the music video for the album version, for the regular version,
Mhm.
coming
Mhm.
soon. Um, how did this band Starling Glow came about? How did it all got started?
You know, it was such a crazy process, and kind of to clarify, the band is called Starling Glow, but we're how do I put it? We're I've only been performing the dance stuff yet, so it's kind of strange because I grew up doing bands my whole life, and with dance, with performing the dance single, I'm not on stage by myself, and that's totally. I feel like I feel so exposed. So the band actually hasn't played out yet. As soon as we do, though, I'll be letting you guys know. Um, but basically, I met my producer. He was working on an album, and I knew that I wanted to work with him just from the get-go. Just totally really talented guy. He's been nominated for a Grammy. He was in a band called The Calling. His name is Billy Moeller. And so I went and auditioned for him, and he really liked my voice, and he knew that I could write. And so we started working on the album, and now that it's almost done, we're getting the live show together.
How would you best describe the music? Do you consider it pop? Do you consider it rock? Or like the We Are Infinite remix, is it dance-esque? Like, what would be the best to describe the music?
The music's definitely pop on the album. I mean, there's the thing that I think sets it apart is a lot of pop music that's on the radio doesn't have hardly any live instruments, which is an awesome sound, but I grew up playing bass and guitar and piano, and like I was pretty insistent on there has to be real guitar and bass on it. Some of the songs have live drums, some of the songs have programmed drums, so it's definitely pop, but just like you said, the remixes we have some remixes by Dave Aude, we have some remixes by Paper Chaser. They're all amazing, and those are definitely along the like EDM line, which is kind of cool because I've never been able to. Everything I've done up until now, like I said, was band stuff, and it was definitely like alt rock. I feel like my doors have been opened. I get to go to a winter music conference in Miami in a couple of weeks, and that's an EDM whole dance ordeal. And then there's other pop stuff and rock stuff we get to do. So it's kind of like the best of both worlds.
Well said. And who do you consider as musical influences?
It's kind of crazy. I'm actually chilling in my car right now, and on my radio preset, I have a country station. I have like an alt rock station. I have a classic rock station. I have a pop station. And then I have smooth jazz because around the holidays they play the best Christmas music ever. I'm totally all over the board. I grew up playing Hendrix in my teen days. It was all punk and hardcore. I wish I could give a more specific answer, but I think everybody goes through chapters, and right now I'm just feeling pop. It's fun.
That's awesome. And I guess whether you are a musical fan or you're a recording artist such as yourself, you don't necessarily just go with one genre and just stick with it. You open up to different types of genres, and you blend in together. You blend in the music, and I guess as they say, the West is history. I sound like a brother, obviously, and you would think, oh, this guy just likes hip hop music, but that is true. I am a hip hop fan, but I listen to rock, I listen to jazz, soul, R&B. I mean, I'm an open-minded.
Totally.
I am an open-minded musical fan. I don't discriminate.
I think you limit yourself if you just stick to one genre, right?
Yes, absolutely. It doesn't hurt to listen to something different. Listen to something that even your friends or fellow musical peers will be listening to. And music it unites people. For example, it unites
Totally.
it unites you and I as we're doing this interview right now. And here's what I want to ask you.
Yeah.
What are some other plans do you have in addition to this record you have coming out? Is there going to be upcoming shows, performances as y'all are promoting and working on getting this record out? Is there going to be any upcoming shows?
Yeah, actually, I am going to be in New Jersey at the Prom Jam 2014, and that's this upcoming weekend on Saturday. I'm super excited about that. I'm actually doing 2 performances. And then, like I said, I'll be performing at WMC in Miami at the end of this month. And then we have some upcoming dates that we're working out. Right now, everything is promoting the dance single, and then we'll start promoting the album and the rock, or the pop versions, I should say. So right now those 2 dates are the ones that we have, and then there'll be more. And anybody can go check my website, www.starlingglow.com, and check on the tour section with all of my upcoming dates.
Check out that
Shameless
website.
plug.
Indeed. Hey. You plug away there, Liz. It's all good. So go check out the shows. Go check out the website, and go purchase the single "We Are Infinite" remix, available on iTunes and on Amazon as well. Let me ask you this from a fan standpoint, considering you mentioned you listen to a plethora of genres of music. As a fan, what is your take on music in general, as far as how the music that you hear on the radio these days, and how record execs, A&Rs, trying to put their 2 cents in, and artists have to put out the same type of music that people already hear on the radio as it is. What is your take on music as it is today?
That's a really good question. You know what? I feel like when I think about music, I think about somebody in the 16 or 1700s and them, the classical music, everything that they listened to. And if you played them something current, it'd be like, what the heck is this crap? You know what I mean? And I'm very curious where music is going to be in 20 years, 50 years, 100 years. I feel like the industry has taken a lot of changes, especially with everything going digital. And it makes me all the more blessed. I know everybody says this, but the team that I get to work with are honestly some of the most upright people. I know personally a lot of friends that are musicians who they're a commodity. Like my my dad was actually signed back in the 80s by a label, and because they had another band that was similar to his, and they didn't want competition, so they signed my dad and shelved him. And I know stuff like that still happens. It's rough, but I feel like just what you said before, music is what unites people. And I think if the state of the music industry deters people from making music, then, that's sad. Like, you just got to play to play. You know what I mean?
And I definitely agree. And I guess here's another thought that I've had about music. As far as artists, I mean, they work hard. They are countless hours in the studio. They, do what they can to put out the best music as possible. And I mean, record companies, they sign these artists for a reason, whether it's major labels or indie labels. You sign them for a reason because you like what they bring to the table, and you believe that they can bring the best music that they can. I guess I was talking to another artist last week, and what I said was, I guess there is a lack of trust between the record label as far as how they want their music to be presented. I guess it feels like they too caught up, or one have the music sound the same thing like everybody else. I mean, music is like any other form of entertainment. You wanna separate yourself from everybody else. You wanna be a trendsetter, not following the trends, I guess.
Definitely. I feel like it's, how do I put it? It's hard because most people are listening to songs on the radio that have been written and recorded years prior. And it's almost like, to be ahead of the curve, you actually have to be several years ahead of the curve, because the music's going to come out and finally reach your audience, other than the really devoted fans that get it right away. Songs might not actually break on the radio until 2 years, even a year and a half after the album's been out. I guess as an artist, maybe I'm just a little bit naive, but I just am hopeful. You put, like you said, you put all these hours, you try to make the best product you can, and it's almost like, you throw your pennies in the wishing well and go, all right, I gotta trust my team,
Yes, it's definitely all about trust. It's all about believing in the artist because at the end of the day, it's the artist that you're going to be hearing on the radios,
Mhm.
on on the DJ records and
Mhm.
SoundCloud and Reverb Nation and radio stations, and you're gonna be hearing the artist's voice. You're not hearing the record label's voices, and some may have singing experience, some may not, but I'm just saying, give the artists a little bit, cut them some slack a little bit, because they the one got to put all the work in. They the one got to, especially singers such as yourself. You sing your heart out, and then all of a sudden, your voice kind of sounds a little different than usual. I mean, just
Mhm.
cut them some slack, y'all. Just cut them some slack. That's all I'm saying.
Preach. No, it's true. I mean, I guess it's crazy because I would almost slightly disagree. You hear the artist's voice definitely,
Hmm.
but I do feel like the label and I feel like it takes a city. You know what I mean? Like I couldn't do what I'm doing if I didn't have my producer, if I didn't have my management, if I didn't have um, the entire team to help get my voice out there because um, I've been doing bands, gosh, for like 10 years. And so help me, like, I hustled my butt off, like, hitting people up on Twitter, going to Facebook, doing the social media thing. And nobody, it takes so much harder to try to grassroots it. So I guess it does, it definitely takes a city, or what is it? Is that, it takes a town? There's some idiomatic expression that, you know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, yes. It takes a collective effort in
Bingo.
order to put the best music that you can. Now, I have two more questions left for you. And
Yeah.
and this one is, if you can have that dream collaboration with any artist or band, past or present, what would your dream collaboration be?
Oh my gosh. I, ah, I it's not that I hate this question. I just have such deep, profound respect for so many different musicians, and it's all across the board. Like as you're saying this, I'm thinking like I'm obsessed with Dolly Parton. Hey Dolly, if you're out there, I would really love to meet you. And I know that's like super random on one side, but at the same time, like I have such immense respect for like Justin Timberlake. I think he's incredible. Completely different spectrums. There's a couple. One of my favorite bands ever is this band called City and Color, um, and oh my gosh, the singer's name is evading me right now. Dallas Green. There we go. Um, his voice is one of the best I've ever heard live. I would love to sing with him. I've already actually worked out all the harmonies to all of his songs, so if he's out there, I'm ready to go. Um, ugh, there's too many. It's too hard. What about you? If you could like interview anybody ever, who would you interview?
Hmm. Well,
See?
musically, as a musical artist, I would not mind interviewing Eminem.
Oh,
Uh,
I'd love him. See, I want to do a song with him too. Oh my God.
I mean, Eminem just I would like to interview the dude, just to hear his perspective, and he'll definitely make you laugh as well. And he's very compelling and sarcastic at the same time. So I would not mind interviewing Eminem, Slim Shady, Marshall Mathers. Bring them all on.
Mhm.
I'll interview
Mhm.
all three of them. Um, but Dolly Parton, Justin Timberlake, those are some good choices. And it's definitely hard to just pick specifically one. Maybe I should have just say if a few artists out there, but Dolly, Justin, good choices.
Thanks.
My last question for you is, what would your advice be to anyone that wants to become a recording artist, that wants to be a singer, someone like
Yeah.
yourself? What would your advice be?
I have a couple. Okay. Step one. There's like there's like 1% of the population that are just naturally amazing singers. They just do it without even thinking. And I hate them because I'm not that 1%. I had to take lessons and do a lot of training. So I am a believer in the benefit of voice lessons. Some people are like, oh, I don't want someone to teach me how to sing. I want to have my own sound. A good teacher will help you maintain your sound and just refine it. I think writing ceaselessly. And I think good writers read a lot or expose themselves in any way, shape, or form to new ideas, new concepts. It's funny. There's books that I read in high school that I go back to, and I'm like, holy crap! I didn't get that back then, but this makes so much sense to me. And even that can spark an idea for a song. And then once you feel like you're there, even maybe not quite there, for artists to just start putting themselves out there, because it is. I remember I used to get the worst stage fright. I used to be so self-conscious about singing or playing any of my music in front of people, and it's almost like, you grin and bear it the first time. It's a little easier the next time, and then the time after that, and then all of a sudden you feel more comfortable on a stage than you do in your own, living room in your pajamas. So those are my step 1, 2, and 3. Get a good voice coach, write a ton, and then put your stuff out there.
Well said, Liz, and that's some well thought advice for anyone out there that wants to become a recording artist. And I want to thank you, Liz, for joining me on this show. I know you performed last night, and you're a bit tired, but I do appreciate, and considering you had to perform very late in the morning or early in the morning.
Oh my gosh, it was like 2 a.m. and I'm such a granny. I go to bed early. When I saw that you were on the East Coast, I was like, oh, thank God, you'll be 3 hours earlier my time, so Kenny won't keep me up. No, I got my coffee. We're all good. I'm just so appreciative for you having me on your show. I mean, I guess this is actually, if you would believe it, this is my first phone-in interview. So it just feels so cool to be able to share my music with you.
Wow, I'm glad to be the first at something. I'm glad to pop your interview cherry. So Liz, great chatting with you again. Check out the song "We Are Infinite" remix, available on iTunes and Amazon, and check out their website www.starlingglow.com. I don't know if I said grow or glow earlier, but that's my fault. But
you got it.
Thank you for your time, Liz. Great chatting with you, and get yourself some sleep, woman.
I will, Kenny. Thanks so much for having me. Please have me back.
You are definitely welcome back in the future. That's for sure. You have a great night. You have a great weekend.
Thanks. You too.
All right, bye-bye.
Take care. Bye-bye.
That was Liz from Starling Glow. Again, check out the song "We Are Infinite" remix on iTunes and on Amazon.